Today we're going to talk about 6 mistakes in travel that everyone makes, and not only how to avoid them, but how to fix them. Let's go. Hey everyone, John here from Byte Travels. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, we're a travel agency trying to give you the best information possible so you can plan and go on an amazing vacation. Today, we're going to talk about the 6 travel mistakes that everyone makes and how to avoid them. So we've all been there, struggling with a suitcase that just won't zip or just trying to rush to get to the airport gate. Today, I'm going to share 6 common travel mistakes that everyone makes and, way more importantly, how you can avoid them for a smooth and enjoyable journey. Mistake number 1, overpacking. Ever paid for overweight luggage at the airport or had trouble lugging around heavy bags? Packing too much is a traveler's number 1 mistake. I talk about this with cruising all the time. It's even more critical in cruising. When you go on a cruise, you don't need a lot of clothes. You spend a majority of your day either by the pool or out by an ocean in the sand on a beach. And then when you come back at night, yeah, you're going to change. You're going to go out and do things for the evening, but you don't need as many clothes as you think you do. To avoid overpacking, pack smart. Lay out your items, then cut them down by half. Use packing cubes to organize and compress your clothes. It's going to save you money on baggage free. It's going to make your trip hassle free. When you lay out your clothes to do this, what I always do, and I'll use cruising as an example for me since I go on a lot of cruises, what I do is I lay out my clothes before I pack them. And I don't even do this anymore because I have a system down now. But this is what I used to do. I used to lay out my clothes and I would go through day by day and say, okay, day 1, getting on the cruise ship. What do I really need, right? Are you flying in the day before? If I'm flying in the day before, I'm going to need a shirt. I'm going to need jeans. I'm going to need all the things to get on the cruise ship, right? Depending on where I'm at. So I look at it and go, okay, well, I'm getting on the cruise ship. All I really need is a button-down shirt in the evening to change into, to go out to dinner or whatever I'm going to do, right? Because you're going to take a shower once you get on the ship. You're going to relax for a little bit. You need less than you think. I go through and I wind up basically doing just enough. I do 7 t-shirts, 7 dress shirts, 7 pairs of underwear, 7 pairs of socks, and I might throw in an extra of something like a t-shirt or something, but I know that I can get a t-shirt on board if something were to happen. And I didn't want to re-wear a t-shirt, right, for whatever reason, or you needed a button-down shirt. You could find those things while you're on vacation. So generally speaking, I love the idea of cut it in half, really look and explore what you're going to need. I know a lot of people love to pack for specific things that may happen along the way, right, which is important sometimes. And it's important if you're going on a long trip and different things. But as a general rule, I would really advise you follow this. Packing cubes to me are a lifesaver. I think that packing cubes changed my life when it comes to packing. You know, there's tons of videos out there about rolling your clothes or specific ways to fold them or using packing cubes. To me, I've had the most success with packing cubes. I think it really, really, really works. Mistake number 2, forgetting travel insurance. I talk about this all the time. Nobody watches those videos when we talk about insurance, whether it's cruise insurance, travel insurance, whatever it is. Nobody wants to hear it. Everybody skips it. It will ruin your life. Many travelers skip travel insurance just trying to save a few bucks, but emergencies and trip disruptions could cost you way, way more. Investing in travel insurance ensures you're covered for medical expenses, trip cancellations, even lost luggage. The peace of mind is worth every penny. If you go on more than 1 trip a year or you travel a lot for work, I highly recommend getting a yearly insurance plan. And if you were just going on 1 or 2 trips a year, spending the extra few $100s to protect a trip that's costing you thousands and thousands of dollars. And on the chance that if something happens, you're going to need to get medevaced or you're going to need to have some kind of an emergency plan in place, it is well worth the peace of mind. Next up, currency exchange pitfalls. So changing your money at airports or tourist hotspots really mean that you're going to get hammered. There's going to be a lot of scams there. You're going to lose money to high fees, poor exchange rates. To avoid this, you want to look at local ATMs or credit cards without foreign transaction fees. You get a better rate on your hand and you get to keep more of your money. I really like using the credit cards without fees. You'll notice if you go to Europe now, there's very little cash, if at all, exchanged So when you are traveling, especially overseas, if you're leaving America and you're going and you're going overseas where no one likes us right now, you really want to make sure that you have a good credit card that doesn't have those fees, so you don't have to worry about changing your cash or trying to figure out whatever. Number 4, and I used to do this all the time, over planning your itinerary. A jam-packed itinerary might seem appealing, but it can leave you exhausted. Instead, try to build some flexibility into your schedule. Allow downtime, not just for rest and relaxation, but for spontaneous adventures. Sometimes something's just going to come up and you're going to be like, man, I wish we didn't plan this other thing and we could have just jumped in and done this. So allow time for that. Definitely allow some time for rest. It's important when you're traveling. Try to catch up on your rest a little bit. Get a little bit of relaxation in there. It's going to make you feel a lot better. Sometimes the best travel memories come from unexpected moments. So I always try to build in a little bit of rest and relaxation. I used to really be a heavy planner, and now I am a little bit more of a day-by-day planner. I will look at the schedule overall. I'll try to think of things that I definitely want to do. Generally speaking, I look at one thing a day that I want to do. It could be a show. It could be a restaurant that I want to go to. And I try to build my day around that and then say, okay, everything else can come and go. This is the thing that I want to do. If you're in Rome, right, you want to see the Colosseum, or if you're in Pisa, you want to take the fun picture of you holding up the tower, right? So try to build your days around those adventures and then figure out when you can get some rest, relaxation, and open yourself up to meeting new people and new experiences. Number 5, common airport errors. Navigating airports can be very stressful. It can be enraging at times. Common errors like arriving too late, forgetting that you have liquids in your carry-on, or misplacing documents can really ruin your day, especially now with the advent of the real ID. You have to have that. Just different things that you have to be planning for. So prepare beforehand, check your TSA guidelines, pack your carry-on wisely, and arrive early. Travel like a pro, make it a little more stress-free. I love getting to airports early. I don't know why, I'm just weird. I love being early anyway. I don't like the stress of being late at all. I'd prefer to get to the airport way early and read a book and relax. This is a great opportunity when you get to airports early to check your credit cards to see if you get any type of lounge access, or even if you buy a lounge pass for the day or for the year, something like that. If you travel a lot, could be something that is really fun. So check it out. Next up, not researching local culture. You have to be aware of a lot of things when you travel. I think, again, as Americans, we get a bad rap, sometimes for good reason, but we get a bad rap sometimes for not assimilating to local culture. Hilariously, what we want everybody to do when they come here, we tend to just be ignorant. So what you want to do is don't underestimate local culture. So you don't want to ignore local customs or cultural norms. Finding out about tipping, finding out about how people are treated or what things do, things that you could say and things you can't say. There are a ton of countries where you can't wear camouflage. So you should know certain things before you travel. Research the customs, the etiquette, the dress codes. A little bit of understanding goes a long way and enriches your travel experience. I find, with the exception of France, if you try to speak a little bit of the language, if you try your hardest, there's so many apps now where you could download and translate and do different things. But if you try just a little bit, it goes a long way with people kind of having grace and helping you out a lot. So in conclusion, now that you are ready to sidestep all of these pitfalls and travel smarter, you got your own travel mistake that you think that we should know about, please comment below. Let us know what you think it is, if we missed it. If you found this video helpful at all, thanks so much for watching. We really appreciate it if you would share it with your friends, your family, anybody that you know that loves to travel. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel. Until next time, safe travels, and thank you so much. Bye.